Hi, I'm Goddess Lily, and I just want to formally introduce myself to you. I am actually Lily Seymour, but I go by the name all over the internet, Goddess Lily. I love a lot of things. I love especially makeup and hair. I am a wig maker. I've been making wigs for over 20 years, although I've only been on YouTube making videos and uploading videos for the last year. I think I came to YouTube in June of 2010, but prior to that, I didn't have a camera. I am a retired flight attendant. I flew for a major airline for 15 years in counting, but I am retired now. I'm in my early 50s, so I've been retired for about almost 3 years now. While I was flying, I flew international, a lot of international, and I flew my routes, a regular route of mine was to India and Amsterdam, where I started buying Indian hair in India and coming back, bringing it back here, selling it, having it wefted and selling it. So I've been into hair since probably 1995 into Indian hair. So I actually know a lot about Indian hair. And if I made you a wig and I've sent a little bit of constructive criticism back, it's not because, don't take it in the wrong way, it's just because I know a lot about textures and the blending of the hair and what goes on and putting the hair together and getting it to the weft and finally to the stores, to you. So, but let's talk about the wigs. I make custom wigs, and I have been making wigs for a little over 10 years for the public, but probably 20 years for myself. So I probably started making wigs for myself in my early 30s, and now I'm in my early 50s, so you do the math. I started making wigs for myself because as a flight attendant, I'm gone all the time, so I needed something that if I'm gone for 10 days, sometimes I needed to be able to change out my hair. So I learned how to sew the hair on to nets, and that's how I used to change out my hair when I'm on the road. I, take a seam ripper and take that net off, but back then I was just sewing tracks on the net and just kind of just sewing the net down. But it worked for me, and I had a lot of hair in the front, so I would just leave it out. Now I wear full lace front wigs, and this is a full 4-inch lace front wig I'm wearing, and it's machine sewed in the back, track sewed down in the back. And these are the kind of wigs I prefer to wear because I'm not into lace front, meaning the lace that I have to glue down. I tried the glues and the tapes, but I don't like it, so they don't work for me. So I decided to share my talent with a few friends, flight attendant friends, and that's how my wig making business took off. So I've been making wigs for a lot of my flight attendant friends, and then family, and then the family's friends, and then I finally got on the internet just last year, which was my thumbtack.com/Lily Seymour page, which probably you found me on if you're watching this video, and also on YouTube. So just last year I've just been on YouTube. So I do get a lot of comments on YouTube, some negative, some positive, a lot of negative. Not a lot of negative, but I do delete the negative ones that, say I don't know what I'm talking about, or this, that. So I guess we're going to get that, and that comes with the territory. But what I offer for you is affordable wigs. My pricing is very affordable. I don't sell the hair anymore, but I can recommend places for you to buy the hair. I live in California, so I don't believe in ordering hair off the internet. And that's just my personal preference because I know what goes on into manufacturing the hair, that I can't trust spending my money not knowing what I'm going to receive in the mail. So I know a lot of places in California, and particularly Los Angeles where I live, that sells beautiful hair. Yes, it is a little more expensive and you can find better deals on the internet, but wouldn't you prefer walking into a store, being able to feel the texture, look at the blend, and taking it home right then, than ordering on the internet, not knowing what you're going to get, and being unhappy with it and not being able to return it, because let's face it, a lot of these people do not, you know, they'll tell you you can return it and exchange it, but they're not going to give you a refund. So if you're interested in having a wig made from me, what I offer are falls, and the falls are basically a full weave, and it is actually a sew-in weave, although I do add clamps to give you the option of clamping it in if you're in an emergency, or sewing it in if you want to have it sewn in for, you know, maybe a month or 2 weeks until you take it down and wash it. You have that option to do both. And a fall is basically, it's gonna stop somewhere about right here, maybe an inch to an inch and a half, usually an inch from the hairline, so your whole full hairline is going to be out. My falls are usually, I'm noticing, I'm making them for women that are probably from ages 20 to maybe 45 or so. Then I also offer what I call as a full sewing unit, which has a 3-inch lace front. So a 3-inch lace front, if you measure, is 3 inches across and 3 inches down, so it's really a 3 by 3 inch lace front. I'm sorry, my eyes are watering. And the whole rest of the back and the sides will be machine wetted, and my wigs are just beautifully sewn, and they do not fall apart, and I do guarantee them if the stitching or something happens to the net, you can send it back to me and I will repair for you for free. But I won't repair normal wear and tear, because I can tell if the net's been torn by sticking. A lot of people like to stick combs in there, and I'm a victim of that, because I always wear my hair clamped up with these big claw combs, so my net does tear. And the net's always double. It's foundation, and I have 2 nets sewn together, so it's really tough and thick. So if one of the nets tear, you'll still have that other net for security. Anyway, the full sewing unit with the 3 by 3 inch lace front is geared more towards an older client that might have a thinning hairline, or wears their hair to the front, or just basically don't want to deal with any hair out. And I'm in my early 50s, and I fit that category, because I definitely do not want any hair out. My hair is totally braided underneath, but my wig is a clamp-on. I actually have combs sewn. They're just a few centimeters from the edge, and so I clamp it on, take it off every night, because I am going through perimenopausal and I'm sweating, and I elected not to take the hormones, so I'm just sticking it out. So I take it off at night. But I still have a nice free edge where I can sew it down if I want to go on vacation. But of course, if I'm going on vacation, I'm going to take at least 3 wigs with me. You know, one for dinner, one for, you know, casual strolling through the day, and one for swimming, so, because I'm not going to sleep in them. But you have that option to sew it down or clamp it on and take it off at night, however you prefer it. And they're all made, guaranteed, and just very beautifully made. This one, like I said, I don't offer this particular wig. This has a 4-inch full frontal lace front. So this will give me the option of, you know, free parting on the side or wherever I want, because it's a 4-inch lace front all the way through, and just machine sewn in the back. Sorry about the helicopter. So I'll just turn around and let you get a look at this. This is 20-inch hair. It's a little long for me. I'm still getting used to it. I just finished this wig, and still deciding whether I want to cut it or not. I'll get up close, and you can tell it's a wig, so I'm pulling it. So you can see the hairline. You see how natural, that natural parting. I can free part it wherever I want. And I actually sew a little bit of my baby hair across the weft to blend in with my hair, because my hairline is curly and I don't use any chemicals, so I don't perm my hairline. So if I sewed this straight Indian hair across the front, you know, it'll be really straight, and I just think it won't look natural on me. So a lot of people that I have made full wigs with a 3-inch lace front, I just tell them to bring me a bag of, you know, the hair from your brush. Just put it in a plastic Ziploc bag, and I'll add it across the front. And they love it. They love it. I have no complaints about it. So anyway, just want to give you a little introduction of me, and I hope that we can work together. And I'm looking forward to making you some beautiful wigs. And thank you for watching.